minutes past 9 a.m. and of course we've come to the last hour of the show, and of course starting and making sure that we drive your business. Of course, we are grateful from all the way we started from till this very last hour. But before we get into our next segment, don't forget Zabu. I just made your trading experience much more easy. You're tired. You're tired of the hassle that is involved when it comes to purchasing stocks in a given company, the paperwork involved. No, Zabu just made it much more easy for you that this can be done at any place you are, at any place of the country you're located. You could be in the north, you could be in the west, you could be in the east, and you will be in position to actually purchase company stocks, securities, and bonds, of course, according to what you prefer. The markets open at exactly 8:15 a.m. and they close at 3:15 p.m. That is Monday to Friday. And the other amazing thing about the Zabu platform is that if you're not really interested to trade the stocks, you're free to withdraw your money and get it back. Maybe you can't be patient enough, but that is one of the ways you can actually be able to earn yourself a very amazing side income besides what you do. Zabu, my money, my future. Well, now away from that, as we head straight to our business update, the third update in the last hour, and this time around we are looking at the Uganda-South Africa Trade Tourism Investment Summit that is set to take place starting on 27th of February till 1st of March. But remember, one of the aims of this particular summit is to ensure that there is a promotion of business partnerships between these two countries, and quite so many, and of course the tourism aspect not being ignored in that way. But then now let's take a review regarding what the Private Sector Foundation Uganda says about this matter, and the State Minister for Investment, Evelyn Anite, and of course what they have to say. How is Uganda prepared for this summit? 27th of February till 1st, that's about a 2 to 3 day summit right there. Let's review this. I'll be back with more insight.
South African High Commission and the Business Community Chair introduced the subject of the business summit. PSFU offered to become the secretariat to facilitate this business summit. So there are two things. There's the summit of the presidents and the business summit. As you well know, the Private Sector Foundation is the umbrella body that brings together over 300 business association and corporate companies, and will provide the bulk of the people going to participate in Pretoria. So far we have held 6 meetings, both physical and online, and some of them hybrid, to ensure that we keep the private sector up to date of what is happening in preparation for this discussion. As a matter of fact, we helped to facilitate and convene this meeting, and we provided the platform for the online press conference, which was live streaming in many places. So that was our offer. Our second offer is to bring together the business community, to bring together the sponsors, and to work with the High Commission, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, the Uganda Airlines, to ensure that we have a seamless discussion on how we are going to get to South Africa. Number 3 is to provide guidelines with the support of the High Commission to ensure that we fall into the best and standard operating procedures of being at the forefront of both the summit, but also the exhibition and trade fair that is going to take place on the sidelines of the conference. Now, with that said, because of that being the secretariat, by yesterday, 160 companies had expressed interest in participating in South Africa. We are waiting for this launch because there are a couple of things that keep changing, especially with the program, in terms of exhibition space, where are we going to stay, what's the cost of transport, and whether or not the issue of visa facilitation is going to take place. I am glad that both High Commissioners, both the High Commissioner of Uganda to South Africa, His Excellency Amoru, and Her Excellency, the High Commissioner of South Africa to Uganda, Ambassador Lulu, did express support to ensure that the business community will be supported going to South Africa. Now, with that said, many of our players, especially in the 12 areas where PSFU is predominant, which is agribusiness, manufacturing, ICT, trade, hospitality and transport, professional services, the real estate sector, the logistics and transport players. Education and health are very enthusiastic in exchanging trade visits with their counterparts. At the level of associations, many associations, especially the Chamber of Mines and Petroleum, wants to engage with their counterparts in South Africa. But also for us at the strategic apex level, we want to be able to link up with the private sector players so that after the conference, we have a continuation and not just meeting for the summit's sake, but to be able to have a continuous discussion. And as the ambassador said, the less than $20 million that we export in South Africa is nowhere compared to the over $120 million that is basically a trade imbalance. We want to change that and to ensure that our people export more in both goods and services.
This is going to be the first major business summit held in South Africa, coordinated by all the key players. We have had a couple of other business summits happen in Kampala here, where a caravan of business persons and companies from South Africa came. But so we have got to the point that we are now galvanizing our efforts, and in areas of business and investment, our belief is that as the High Commission and Ministry of Foreign Affairs, we are playing the coordinating role. But the foot soldiers are the people who are in the business. So private sector foundation and other groupings, including the Forum of Uganda Business in South Africa, whom I have here with me, will be at the forefront because they are interfacing with the realities of doing business or doing investment daily. So the issues that they interface with, the challenges, the opportunities, they are then able to share with us, and we intervene at a level of government to government to ensure that there is an enabling environment, which then speaks to the good ties we have with South Africa. So this is the spirit, and like I mentioned earlier during the press conference, adding to the traditional roles that we have played before, deepening bilateral ties, consular services, public diplomacy, and all that. We have now added the most critical, which is economic and commercial diplomacy. And so if our people are able to trade, if goods are able to move freely, if persons are able to move freely, then we are going to empower our peoples and be able to create wealth and bring them into the money economy. And when presidents visit each other, the ordinary person will be asking, what is it in that visit for me? The business people should be asking that. And so that's why the model of bringing in the business summit on the sidelines of state visits like this, that one, there's a good pull factor that the two principles bring. So a lot of serious business people are coming. Billionaires from Southern Africa are coming. Some of them want direct engagements with the principals, but also want to meet the business people who are coming in over from Uganda. And we recognize that South Africa is a big economy. The GDP of South Africa is hitting 420 billion US dollars. Uganda, we are under 50 billion. And so, in terms, and that is why now we are saying we actually have more to advantage to take out of this good relationship. And you heard from the ambassador, Uganda has a strong history with South Africa. We supported them during the difficult times, and even offered our country to be their second home. And they were here. A number of their fallen comrades are still laid to rest here. So we think with the opportunity that we have in the South African market, there are many things to be done. It is not an event, and so this is a process that is only going to gain momentum by the day. In terms of the products that so far we have been sending to South Africa, the one key one, the packed medicaments or medicants, they're involving pharmaceuticals, and then you have ARV drugs and other medicants around that. So it is probably the largest, which we gained that market towards COVID, and so Uganda was found to have capacity, and the company involved is Cipro, I think Cipra. Yes, and so we are taking finished products and we continue to do that. Then we have coffee, we have vegetables, we have flowers, and lately now flower seed cuttings. Yeah. It is shooting up, and the Uganda Airlines is here. Gold. Then gold. Actually, we have a refinery. In Kampala. So most of the gold from South Africa is being refined here. And we have developed capacity there that now South Africa, that huge economy, they're able to, the gold miners are coming over to Uganda to refine their gold. So, but that said, there's so much. We have done deep stick research, and we are seeing other products that South Africa is bringing from other countries on the continent and around the world. And from those products, we are seeing where can Uganda tap in.
I want to say that we're emphasizing value addition. You heard Morrison talking about value addition. 25 industrial parks. What are we doing in those industrial parks? We want to do value addition. We want to also start exporting our cars. We're manufacturing, assembling buses, fabricating buses in Uganda. We want to see these buses not only being used in Uganda, but also taken to South Africa. That is how we're going to bridge that trade imbalance. But for as long as we're going to take low-value products, we will not be able to do that. And I speak this as a businesswoman who has also ventured now into coffee. And our Fikra coffee, I would make sure that we package it very nicely, because packaging, branding is it. Because if I come in front of people not well presented, they're not going to want to talk to me. And so it's a product presentation. So we are talking to our private sector investors to present this product in a very beautiful and attractive way, so that we can actually increase its value. And our coffee is the best in the world. I say this without any fear. It is the best in the world. But the issue is, how do we present it? So we have to make it to be presented in a very good way.
Well, according to a report, that's the South African High Commissioner to Uganda, that's Her Excellency, that's Lolama Mary Teresa, are saying that Uganda has is blessed with tourist attractions, but the only challenge in here is about the infrastructure that is placed there. And now one of the aspects that are being discussed in this report is about the value addition, and so many other, but also getting to understand what are those aspects that need to be put in place to ensure that actually Uganda can fully benefit from the fruits of this summit, the Trade and Expo Summit. Now, still, when I review something here, you see that the chairman of the Uganda Investment Authority, that is Board of Directors, still Morrison Rakakamba, explained that the process of the value addition has started in Uganda, and therefore Uganda as South Africa Summit comes at the very right time. Well, we hope this is really so realistic with that. Now, so far, 160 Ugandan businesses have registered to participate, that is in the summit, with the highest percentage that is coming from players in the sectors of agriculture, and of course business, tourism, hospitality, professional services, and also transport and logistics, energy, minerals, and information communication technology. Like we know, it's one of the ways it's going to, by the time the summit winds up, that is on 1st March, there will be some very important partnerships that will be built, but on condition that there is, of course, proper benchmarking. As a result, there are quite lots of stuff we can learn from South Africa, and there's quite lots of stuff that South Africa can learn from Uganda. But then that comes that Uganda, we need to play our A game when it comes to how best we can really market what we really have to put there to the world, but not only the world, but the continent at large at the same time. Well, that is concerning that. We shall be giving the updates regarding that. What's really what will be coming from that particular side. Now, at this time, let's head to the story preview, story of the day. Of course, where we get to understand the stories that we anticipate in our news bulletin at 9 p.m. That is the business today. And with me, I'm joined with a reporter from Parliament. That is Samla Hanifa. And of course, she's going to be telling us what does she have for us today, tonight, and very, very amazing. Hanifa, you're very welcome on the show. A very good morning once again.
Good morning, Andrew. Thank you for inviting me today.
You're very welcome.
Thank you.
9 p.m. business today.
Yeah.
What do you have for us?
Yeah, today the NSSF probe continues its investigations.
Okay.
For the past 2 weeks, they have been meeting witnesses, and the more they meet witnesses, it goes deep. They find more information. More information. And the chairperson of this select committee, Mwine Parker, is suggesting that Parliament adds them more time to investigate fully, to bring a concrete report in this issue, because it seems there's much more that needs to be discovered in this probe.
Okay.
Yeah.
But well, according to you, is workers' money there, and is it safe? Okay, according to how you've been observing the matters running around it.
Yeah, as far as workers' money is concerned, whoever appears before the committee assures the whole country that actually workers' money is safe, that their money is safe, that Ugandans be rest assured that their money is safe, except for the people that use. Okay, people get that money, of course. You know that when you save money, when your money is saved in NSSF, it accumulates interest.
Yeah, very.
So it is the interest, that interest money, that still has question marks. Like the witnesses think it is that money that is being taken away. Yeah, because sometimes when you receive messages from NSSF, your interest is not you don't receive the message of the interest that has been added to your account.
Yeah.
So they assure us that the money is 100%, 90%, 70% safe.
Safe. Okay.
Safe. But of course the fund has issues to do with management and how money is being mismanaged by the management, by the board, by the two ministries that you see. The funniest bit is that we expected these two ministries that supervise this fund to come to agreement, to be on the same page.
Okay.
But when the Minister of Finance comes and says there was a mistake putting this fund under two supervisors, two ministerial,
under two
ministries.
Okay. Yeah.
So and he also says, even the president did not buy this idea. This idea came from Parliament.
Okay.
Now issues to do with corruption have risen because of this double supervision, this dual supervision. The dual supervision is bringing a lot of chaos. Okay. So whoever is investigating should go deeper. Actually, the workers MPs, the MPs that represent workers, when they were making their submission, they said for government to get a concrete report on this in this matter, they need to hire a foreign audit.
Okay, yeah.
A foreign audit organization that won't be compromised in this matter. Because here, okay, the committees, these are local, these are our Ugandans, but they should get foreign people who don't know anyone, who want to be compromised.
Okay.
That is the only way we are going to get the truth out of what is happening at NSSF. Otherwise, with what they are doing right now, it's wastage of time, because it has happened before. They have hired companies here to audit what is happening at NSSF, and nothing came up
Okay.
Nothing satisfactory came out from that report. So they are suggesting, and I think I buy that, that a foreign audit company
definitely, yeah.
should actually be put on board, because I don't think those can be compromised like our local people here. So,
if I may ask, is it the first time they are auditing them?
No, it is not the first time NSF is being audited. It has happened before, years back, before even this the present.
Why I'm asking that, I want to know the aspect of, because when you say years back, that means it could be now like 5 to 10 years, and which I think
10 years back.
do you think it's fair? Just every after 10 years you audit such a sensitive institution? I'm thinking, I don't know.
There's a lot of money that goes into that fund.
Exactly.
It should be audited. And I'm even surprised the Auditor General here has not been auditing that fund. Because when they asked the Auditor General last week, he said they are yet, yes, they received the information, but they are yet to start auditing the fund.
But
he also assured the country that people's money is safe, since 70% is saved in he assured the country that money is safe. The money is safe, but the fund itself has issues.
Okay.
Issues with mismanagement of funds. Issues to do with the board, the leadership in the two ministries that supervise the fund. So what do you think? Do you think this dual
that was supervision?
This dual supervision really works?
But okay, it could be one of the factors attributed. I thought the more the supervision, the more strict and the more fearful the people that are handling this money. I'm trying to relate double supervision and corruption.
Because if the Minister of Finance comes to Parliament, because we expected him, he was this fund previously was under finance, and then Minister of Gender was put on board. Parliament passed in the new bill, NSSF bill, amendment bill. So if finance comes out and says this duo, I did not support it from the start.
From the very start.
It is the one that is going to come up like this. It is going to bring confusion, chaos, and corruption is going to. Now we see. He even accuses, even faults his colleague that she was wrong to ask money from the fund. But already Parliament, finance appropriates money to each sector, to each ministry.
So somebody is going to the fund
to get money to do activities in her ministry.
Is it even constitution anywhere written?
It is against the law. It is not in the law. Yes, she's supposed. She's a supervisor of the fund.
Yeah.
But you have no right. There is no law. The law does not permit you to get money from the fund to carry out activities in your ministry, because already government appropriates money in your ministry. That is the money you're supposed to use. That is the Minister of Finance, Matia Kasaidia, telling his junior, his colleague, Betty Amongi, that she was wrong. And even for him, he denied them. I wasn't part of this. I didn't support it from the start. I didn't want it to happen.
Okay, now that was a case which was known about somebody getting money from the fund.
Yeah.
But don't you think there could be possible that there have been more withdrawals than that? More than her? More withdrawals from the fund.
Definitely. That is why the committee is suggesting that they need more time to unravel, to discover, to tell us what is really happening. Because people on the board ask money from the fund.
Exactly.
Someone that is already against the law. You're on the board of NSSF. That is the former workers MP, Dr. Sam Nyamoki. Yeah, he's being investigated, and he says he's not going to appear again before the committee.
Okay.
How? You requested money, and you were given. He requested 1 billion shillings, and he was given 100 million shillings. Who authorized that 100 to be given to a board member on NSSF?
Board member.
Asking for money
Okay.
as an individual. That was so wrong. That is why the committee is suggesting that they need more time, because they each day they discover something new, and it takes a new twist in this probe. So they want more money. So today, I don't know who is appearing, the witness, but we expect to see who comes next and what the committee chair tells us, if Parliament has actually allocated them more time to investigate further.
Thank you, Hanifa, for that insight. Very interesting. And definitely you'll be getting more of that story in our bulletin that is at 9 p.m. That is Business Today. Getting to understand what is really coming up. Every day something new comes up whenever the committee sits down to try to investigate the NSSF. And of course, there has been quite lots of corruption, of course, associated with a fund. Something which has not really, which has caused a negative reputation to the NSSF. But definitely, we shall be finding out more reviews. We shall not be quick to judge the matter regarding what is happening. It's exactly 9 a.m. and let's get into a short break. We shall be returning with SMB on ground. Good morning.